Welcome back to another episode of AI the Wild Wild West. I'm your host, Maxine Headless, and today we're diving deep into the world of AI. Or should I say the underworld of AI? Ha ha ha. It's like the 1980s all over again, but instead of shoulder pads and big hair, we've got big data and bigger algorithms.
Maxine, I think you're getting a bit carried away. Today's topic is fascinating, but it's not exactly a scene from Miami Vice. We're talking about how AI development isn't always what it seems. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that most people don't realize.
Oh, but Dawn, it is a scene. It's a tech scene, baby. Think of it like this. You've got your top secret AI labs, like OpenAI and Anthropic, cooking up these monster models, these digital Frankensteins in their virtual basements. But they don't let these beasts out into the wild. No. They keep them locked up, like a digital Fort Knox.
Okay, that's one way to put it. To explain it more clearly, these frontier labs are investing huge amounts of money and time to create the most advanced AI models out there. But these models are incredibly expensive and complex. So they use them to create smaller, more efficient models through a process called knowledge distillation. Yes.
And to break it all down for us, we have a real expert joining us today. He's the brains behind Leverage AI, helping businesses ride the AI wave without wiping out. Please welcome the one, the only, Scott Farrell.
Thanks for having me, Maxine, Don. It's great to be here. I love the energy, Maxine. You're right, it is a bit like a secret world. Think of knowledge distillation as a form of high-tech apprenticeship. A smaller, more agile AI model, the student, learns from a larger, more powerful teacher model. It's not just copying answers, it's absorbing the teacher's logic and reasoning.
That's a great analogy, Scott. But it raises a question. If these frontier models are so powerful, why not just release them to the public? Why go through this whole distillation process?
That's the strategic part of it, Don. It's about control and competition. If you create this amazing breakthrough technology, you don't just give it away. You use it to create something new, something that others can use, but you still hold the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. You maintain your advantage. It is also about managing risk. Frontier models are incredibly powerful, and releasing them widely could have unintended consequences.
So, it's like they're teasing us with the good stuff, but we only get the light version? Like, remember back in the 80s when they came out with New Coke? Everyone wanted the original, but they were stuck with this imposter.
I'm not sure that's the best comparison, Maxine. It's more like getting the benefits of the original without the high cost or complexity. And sometimes these light versions, as you call them, are actually better for specific tasks.
Exactly, Don. These distilled models can be fine-tuned to excel in specific areas, like language processing or coding. In some cases, they even outperform the original frontier model in those areas. A great example of this is DeepSeek. They've used knowledge distillation to create models that rival the big players, but with a fraction of the resources.
DeepSeek? Sounds like a 1980s spy thriller. DeepSeek, the AI that came in from the cold. Ha ha ha. I love it.
Maxine, please. Scott, can you tell us more about how DeepSeek has been so successful?
Sure, DeepSeek has really embraced the power of knowledge distillation. They've also used techniques like synthetic data generation and reinforcement learning to enhance their models. They're a prime example of how smaller, more agile teams can compete with the giants of the industry. They used 8 to 11 times less budget than comparable models.
That's incredible. It really levels the playing field, doesn't it?
It's like Rocky, but with robots. Ha ha ha. The underdog eye taking on the heavyweight champion.
Ha ha ha. In a way, yes. And it's not just DeepSeek. OpenAI has recently released its own model distillation API, which makes it even easier for businesses to create their own custom models using the knowledge of models like GPT-4o.
That's a game changer. So, businesses can now tap into this frontier-level intelligence without needing a massive budget.
Precisely. They can use the API to collect input-output pairs from larger models, evaluate the performance of smaller models, and fine-tune them to achieve optimal results. It's a very streamlined process.
So it's like we're all getting a backstage pass to the AI concert. We may not be on stage with the rock stars, but we can still jam out with their instruments.
I think you're stretching the analogy a bit thin, Maxine. But the point is, this technology is becoming more accessible. And that's a good thing for everyone.
Absolutely. And with the rise of synthetic data, businesses can now train their models on high-quality, diverse data sets without the limitations of real-world data. It's a very exciting time for AI.
It certainly is. Scott, this has been incredibly insightful. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
Yeah, Scott, you're a real bite of fresh air. Ha ha ha. Get it? Bite? Like a computer bite?
Thanks, Maxine. It was my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we hope this episode has shed some light on the fascinating world of AI development. It's not just about the biggest, most expensive models. It's about how we can use the knowledge from those models to create something new, something innovative, something that can transform our businesses and our lives.
That's right, Don. So go on out there and make some AI magic. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with all your digital friends. Until next time, stay headless, my friends.